Hello, how's everybody doing? This is a Jehovah Witness, ex-Jehovah Witness tape. I don't really know exactly all the points I'm going to cover. I mean, I have files of, it's in my telephone, in my notepad telephone, and I put down things that, like topics that I want to touch, and talk about. But I think about them a long time before I even do them. But something happened in our Jehovah Witness, ex Jehovah Witness family, and I was talking to my friend. I called her and told her what happened, and she said, you should really, talk about it on YouTube. And I was saying, like, why should, I mean, when I thought about it, I was thinking, why should I? You know what I mean? I have to tell you what happened. But, and then I said and then I came to the conclusion that this would be this is the only place I have that I can talk about it, as far as being a Jehovah Witness ex Jehovah Witness that I am, and in the situation that I am, being older, I don't want to say alone because I'm always with prayer, and God always takes care of you, and I'm happy with my relationship with God. But when you get, I'm almost sure it's because of being older that you find yourself in alone a lot. I'm happy. I'm happy about it. How can I say? I'm content with my life, and I'm very happy that I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. But because of the fact that my family is separated, I can use this as a channel. I know that certain people in my family do see my videos secretly or whatever because they would have to. There's no way in the world that, and my friends, there's no way in the world that you could like hold back with this secret life that everybody can have on their phone. So I do it for that reason. And from the beginning, I always said that these ex-Jehovah Witness tapes, well, I wanted it to be because I remember my nephew, okay, and we don't have that many nephews. I mean, because that's a long story. But anyway, I wanted not just him, but my family to realize, just if they wanted to know, just to let them see what happened to me, how it is being an ex-Jehovah Witness or whatever. It was just basically for them since I was not able to communicate with them or talk to them. But anyway, the problem that happened was, another person in my family passed away. And that's my sister Annie, and I talked about her in my videos. Okay? I don't The funny thing about it this time is that I didn't feel anything. It was funny because usually when someone passed away, like in a, just, before this time I am right now, it would really hit me. But this time, I don't know why it didn't hit me. I mean, today, and this is like 3 days later. My brother told me, I think yesterday he told me about it yesterday. I don't know when she passed away, because number one, they never told us. They never called us. They never got in touch with us. He heard it from an aunt, okay, who's not a Jehovah Witness. So I guess that had a lot to, no, it doesn't have a lot to do with it, because I remember my mother passed away. I almost went crazy, and I was gonna just put it in a newspaper and everything, but my sister called me. Thank God she called me. She called me, and I at least got to know what happened and everything like that. That was the most important one. But my brother passed away, and one of my older brother passed away, and I felt something, even though, I didn't agree with a lot of things that he did. I didn't believe that he really loved me. I mean, I know he loved me as a brother, but just I was in a different state back then, and you know what kind of states I'm in because you know about my videos. And back then, the more and more I go through these channels, the more and more I learn more about myself. So I know more about myself than I did when my brother passed away. But I did, and I have a video about when he passed away. And I have to express myself on the videos because, like, when your family, um, when you're how can you say when you're oh, when you're separated from your family, especially in the case of ex-Jehovah Witness, Jehovah Witness, you have to have some kind of outlet, some kind of somewhere to express what you feel, and I guess I do this in the channels. I would never do it if I had any connection with my family whatsoever, but because I don't have any connection with my family, I'm able to do it, and I pretty much feel like I have to do it. So anyway, this time, I mean, when my brother passed away, I did have like a dream, or really, it's like a real dream, but I always feel like, of course, I believe in heaven, and I expressed what I felt honestly back then, okay? And I did dream about how he was and how he made it, you know, um, because that's how I felt, and that's what this channel is about. If everybody, can you imagine how interesting everything would be if everybody just like exposed how they felt? And in this my YouTube's channel, I tell you exactly what happens to me, all the weird things, all the beautiful things, all the miracles. And I most likely do that because I am separated from my family. Other than that, I would probably just tell them about the things and experiences that happened to me. And some thought came into my mind. I remember, I don't know if I'm not going to explain the story, but this is for the people who know about my videos and everything, because I can't get into it because it's such a long story. But I remember when I was in the consulate in France, and I said, I'm not going to go through the whole story. This is just for those people. I'm sorry, because it's just so much information to talk about, and I can't do this tape so long. And I said, well, now everything won't go to my family. Everything goes to the people, And I can see that in this channel is that I share I don't share, like personal things, because I still have a personal life, you know what I mean? I still have people I care about, I'm still kind of feeling that I could have a relationship or whatever. And it's better, and things are getting better for me. So I said that in the consulate, and I said, so now everything goes to the people. So I'm just saying that it seems like it's going in that direction because of YouTube. I didn't even know. Oh yeah, there was no way that I knew about the YouTube channel or whatever. But anyway, that is that. And now getting back to this time that I'm in, I was even trying to pray about, like, what happened to Annie or whatever. And I still don't feel anything. But my friend, when I talked to her, I did call somebody. I did have someone to call, which is my friend. She has a YouTube channel also. And she said, which helped me out a lot, oh, your sister, when you were younger, your relationship you had with your sister when you were younger, and that's the honest truth. And that made me think, and I was like, well, I didn't know her at all. You know what I mean? I really didn't. all those times that, and it's getting through my head that I don't know them. It's a sad story, and even in the Bible they say, your family can not. Then they say all the time, but they can be, adversaries, and they don't mean like adversaries like fight and stuff like that, which they can, but I take it as in the Jehovah Witness point of view. And what I'm saying is that I had the connection, and I remember her from my past, and everything is good. Even things that I could look at in all my brothers and sisters, everything when we were growing up as Jehovah Witnesses that I could see as something bad, I never did. And I stated that before, I never do. I always have good memories. Even when my sister, I had one sister that I would fight with, but it was just that. You know how it is. Like when you have brothers and sisters that you love, you don't have a hatred. You just go through things. You know what I mean? So, but those times are over. You know what I mean? And that's funny. You have to just move on, and you just have to. You have the beautiful memories, like my friend said, when you were younger. But then I told my boss that, you know what, my sister passed away today, and not today, but a day or 2 days ago. And he goes, and I said, he knows the situation. I was like saying, we didn't talk at all, And he goes, how long has it been since you talked? And I said, it was like, and it was like 40, no, it was like, let me see. I said 88, because that's when I got this fellowship, 88. 88, 89, 88, 98, okay. 88, 98, 108, 018, okay, so that's 30. And then 18, the year 18, and then I did which is 30 years already, 30, and then 18, 19, 20, 21, 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. Wow. Okay, 18. Okay, so that's 98, 8, 18, that's 30, okay, and 30, and then 30 years, and then I'm going to count the other one, 18, and then 19, 20, to 1, to 2, to 3, to 4, to 5, to 6. So that's 38 years, I was saying. And it made me think. And then I said, all that time, like, there was no communication. I didn't see her. I never saw her. And my brother is longer. My brother must have been over 40 years that I didn't see him or talk to him. And so there's nothing there. And I was thinking about what happened all those times. But the real big deal is that, what were they doing? I remember being a Jehovah Witness and how everything is just clumped together. And another point I want to make is that this is our conversation. I want to say this. I want to say, which I was thinking about my sister. It was like, I know her. I know how she is. I don't know her because for so long, but I know what type of person she is. And I go to myself, this is really, really sad. What I'm saying, what was sad to me is that she was that older, I'm old, but she was older than I was. And she couldn't figure it out. That's the power that an organization can have over a person. And she said really nice things. I don't know what was on her mind. What was on her mind for all those years? All those years. What did she want to do? But I was thinking, well, she didn't know herself. There's no way in the world that she knew what she liked or what she wanted to do, I remember, I already said it. I already said some things, so if I said it in other videos about her, I can't really say them again. Okay? It's just not fair to people who went through my videos because I'm like being redundant, and it was like, he already said that. Give me something new. So anyway, so what I was saying is, when I was thinking about her, first I thought how sad it must have been for her to be alone and say, because, there's times, I mean, I think everybody has these times, especially when you get older. It's like, am I going to die? You know what I mean? You have these things, that happen. And, but I'm talking to God. I mean, it's like, I'm praying, and I know I'm praying to him because he came to me. I mean, he picked me, like, okay. And I think God picks you. He tries to get you to wake up, or tries to. All of Jehovah Witnesses, I'm sure he tries to talk to them. I mean, I can't say try, but it can be like a try, because you have your will, you know what I mean? You have your own person to be, okay? So I can say it's something like try, like, maybe he'll drop a pin or something like that, and it's like, like I would, if he dropped a pin, I would go, what? Who did that? I mean, like, what's going on? How's that can be? Who is that? And then he'll do something else, and I go, what is that? How can that happen? But as Jehovah's Witnesses, it's like this. I already know, because I'm with Jehovah's Witness. There's nothing else. And they have, okay, let's just say very, very nice people. I was thinking in another direction, all these different directions. In one direction, I was thinking these people are really helpless. There's nothing that they're doing wrong. I'm not saying there's things that they do wrong, but it has to be some kind of power over them. Because, okay, somebody leaves in your family. And like I said, if it wasn't for God, I would have been gone. I mean, so many bad things would have happened. But what would they have done? They would have just not even thought about it. It was just like this. Because I was like that. Never. That looks like my brother Gregory. This is how he is. Okay, so anyway, so that's what I'm saying. It's like, what kind of hold is that? Because if somebody in your family, now I'm looking at the point of view to where it's not their fault. I mean, like, something's holding them or something. Something did something to them, okay? So if something did something to them, that's just one point I was thinking. I think at a lot of different perspectives. And I was saying that is really, really sad. I mean, it's really, really sad to have such a grip on people, and they're intelligent. I mean, my sister was intelligent. And for, like, my sister to pass away, and they don't even feel like a move to say, well, we have to tell our brothers and sisters. We have to tell Pierre. We have to tell him that what happened. No matter what he says, no matter what happens, okay, we still have to talk to him. Like I'm saying, that does not affect them. When something is wrong, they do not have that feeling, So those are the things that I was thinking. And I hope, I get something that I can feel with my, like right now, I know I miss, the thing is, I can't say I miss her because I've always not talked. I know I can't say I miss her because I'm going to have to say it like this. I have always not talked to her, There was no hi, there was no nothing about anything at all for like 37 years. My brother over 40 years, And Juanita would never, ever talk to me because she's so much in Jehovah. You know what I mean? But the last thing I wanted to say was, like I'm saying, this is like no feeling right now. I mean, I know I'm sad, and I really felt sad about how everything ended. You know what I mean? And but I don't, I didn't know what to feel because there's so many years, years and years and years and years have gone by. You know, just so many years has gone by, and that's pretty much I want to say. I mean, like I said, it will hit me. Maybe I mean I usually have like a beautiful dream or something like that, and maybe it will be, but it was just the way it's done, you know. I heard it from my brother, which heard it from his aunt, so I don't even know the specific. I always have this problem on air. The specifics. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say, and I think I used it. You're part of my therapy, because you know I know that ex-Jehovah Witnesses understand ex-Jehovah Witnesses, and you know we don't talk about how really. I mean, we're happy with being ourselves, but the gloom in our I don't know. It's got to be God because there, I can see. I know that we left for certain other reasons, but that gloom that we don't really talk about. I don't know. I mean, there's other people who have other problems, but I think that it's nice because we have a channel, an ex Jehovah Witness channel, and that's it. If I have any developments on it, I mean, would I go to her funeral, whatever they have? Well, it just so happens now I'm here. I mean, where you know she lives. Maybe I would if they invited me or whatever. But I don't know because there's no anything. I don't even know when she passed away. But I'm saying that's the way that we have to deal with this. It's one thing in this world, it could be so bad. I mean, things can happen that you would never think that can happen. It's nicer when you have God, when you know God, than you. And but he was so nice to me because I think he was nice to me, and I think he's nice to. So not, I'm not saying that he's not nice to everybody, but when you're ex Jehovah Witness, you do find yourself alone, and whenever you're like pushed, forced to be alone, under the circumstances that the ex Jehovah Witnesses are, and other circumstances that's like ex Jehovah Witnesses, I think you're, how can you say, you're more, how can I put it? It's so funny, like I said, when I use the YouTube language, I think it's because I know there's people from different countries listening to me and I think that's why my mind goes to a certain kind of, you know, talk, you know what I mean? Because I did take courses in school when you speak to people who, you know, non-native speakers, and I know I have non-native speakers who listen to my channel, and I appreciate them and thank them for coming to my channel. And so that's it. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know how. Maybe it didn't hit me because I know some things hit you. It takes a long time for things to hit you, and it's really, 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 really sad. I mean, this is the only outlet that I have to. I mean, my brother is in Atlanta, Georgia, and he has his hookups. I mean, he has his own family and things like that, and you know we're in. But you know, it's just that, you know, the way my life is totally different from his life. But I'm still happy that I can talk to him. You know, I just remember when my mother, her brothers would come over when we were little kids. And it's funny to talk to my brother like my mother used to talk to her brothers and sisters. And that's just it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm losing the contact. Now, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I lost my contact that cost 90 something dollars. It was in the wind, and I put it in my mouth, okay, just because I didn't want it to blow away. And as soon as I put it on my tongue, I bit down on it and broke it. Oh, it was just like, I cannot believe that. So that's one thing that happened. There's one good thing I'm doing. I can't really express it because not now, because I want everything to work out, and it depends on a lot of things. But it's really something difficult that I worked on, and I hope that thing works out. And I still do all of my things, even dance without music. I mean, American yoga, which is very good and it's coming along very well. But I will not do. I don't want to do another American yoga without this. I have to. I'm going through this thing that. Okay, I'm almost sure it's from the B12. I told you I had a problem with B12 because vegans are supposed to take B12, and I said to myself, I when I was reading, because you have to read a book to be a vegan, you really do. You have to understand it. But when I came to the thing about, I think it was vitamin D and B12. I don't know which one it was, but I'm almost sure it was B12. And they were saying, I thought the vitamin was for ladies, actually. I mean, because they were talking about the ladies, you know what I mean? But it's not just for the ladies, because B12, everybody uses B12. But I remember that, I guess what they were saying, especially ladies, guys, but especially ladies. And I was saying, like, well, you know, I don't have to worry about that. Or maybe everything will work itself out. But if I had known how important B12 was, because I know I keep all the vitamins and everything that I have to have, okay? And I eat everything. In vegan, you have to pretty much change it, try and eat as much different things as possible. But I didn't even, okay, I know that they said mushrooms, okay? And every time I would see mushrooms, I mean, because I didn't think of it so much as being so much important, I would go, no, later. And I did this for years. But little did I know that I was depleting my B12. And the B12, it has to be, it was low. It was like 4 points below normal deficiency. Just 4. If it was worse, believe me, it was no coming back. But it was 4 points, and I didn't realize it. And I was doing the YouTubes because I have to do American yoga. And the funny thing about it is, as I said in American yoga, your body has to be conditioned. So I'm doing conditioning, and once it finishes the conditioning, but it has a problem, and everything's normal now. I just wanted to say that because I did get my blood checked again, because my doctor, when she took my blood test, she says as time goes on, you have to get another blood test just for these two things. Everything else was all right. And you have to get a blood test for these other two things. Again, you know, because it was vitamin D and B. D was funny. D was very, very low, but it didn't affect me as much as B12, you know. And, but she gave me this special vitamin that was for vegans, that vegans take for the B12, for the D3, because D3 usually, oh no, not just that, but she gave me extra, it was like in a prescription, because it was a special one, because not that it was made from animal, but because it was so low, my D was so low. So she gave me, I took this one vitamin for once a week, but it was like really potent, you know. And it was funny because like when I took the vitamin, of course I didn't feel anything at all because it was a vitamin. But and it was funny because after a while, I think I waited a long time, like December, January, February, March. Wait, I forgot. Maybe in November. I must have seen. No, I saw her in December. Okay, so December, January, February, March, April, and I took the test again, and it was normal. Both of them, a D and vitamin. Vitamin B was off the hook, and then D had just made it into normal. So now I'm taking, because you don't want to take too much of vitamin D. But now I'm taking over the counter, which I found, which is tremendously hard to get the. So it's D. So what I'm taking is D2 because it's made from plants. Okay, and it's more difficult to absorb, I think. And the other one is B12. Okay, and I don't have to take that because I'm doing very well and I eat things with B12 now. I mean, before I did it by accident. That's why it's good to, to eat as much as you can about different things. But now I make sure, as with the other vitamins that I need, and I learned more about the vitamin, the D, and I eat mushrooms. I love mushrooms. And the only thing I have to worry about now is a little bit D. I want to bring the D up, vitamin D2. And vitamin D3 is made from animals, so I don't eat that. So anyway, I told you a little bit about me, and it's funny, like I said, I don't have that feeling, and maybe it's gonna hit me because I did love my sister. I mean, I did love my sister, or I don't know them. For years and years, and the thing about it is, I don't know what was on her mind. You know how you have family members, you don't know what's on anybody's mind. I mean, I put mine on YouTube. Pretty much everything is there. Okay. And I said I did it for actually my family. But I'm saying somebody, especially as a Jehovah Witness, you don't know, even maybe they don't even know what's on their mind, which it appears as if they don't even know what's on their mind. From what the little conversations that I have with them, they don't. If you can only think about the new system, which doesn't exist. I mean, new system, and that's it. You know what I mean? There's no explanation. There's no road. It's just new system. Armageddon is just that. You know what I mean? And I guess it's a deterioration of something. But anyway, I'm going to keep you posted on that. I told you I did this one because it was an outlet to at least to I can't even explain this thing that's happening, how I feel about, because it's not just her. I still have other family members, and it's funny, like I'm saying, she could have talked to me if she wanted to, but she couldn't. And now I have a feeling like she couldn't. I mean, like she was in some kind of I almost feel like they're in some kind of hostage, like they're held hostage, So we got to go on. I got to go on with this and see how things work out. And I want to get. I always do something for people. There was one thing that the Catholic Church has, and it's called. I got it from my mother. I forgot. It's when they mention you in a prayer or whatever. And I want to do that. So anyway, I'm going to keep you posted on that. Yes, I pray about her, and I just don't know because I'm feeling so different, and I want to learn more about myself as far as my situation as being an ex-Jehovah Witness with family members being Jehovah Witness. So I have to learn more about it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.